boys and girls, it's Mrs. Graves here, and I'm feeling pretty creative today. I hope you are too. Now, I'm gonna grab my mic, so I hope that you can hear me better. All right. Now, today, I cannot believe we are already on project number 17. We have made so much amazing art already, and I'm so glad that so many of you are home making artwork still, even though you're not here with me. I love seeing all your artwork, and I can feel your energy and your creativity coming through. So I love Art Sonia, and I'm so glad that you're able to upload your art projects. Makes me so happy to see them. So thank you. Thank you so much for doing that. Now today, boys and girls, we are going to continue learning about color theory because sometimes it's just really hard thinking about primary and secondary colors. So I want to make it easy. So if we keep talking about it, I know that you're going to remember. And I told you, remember, there's that test in second grade. Yeah. So I know all of you are going to do perfect on it. So your primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. And your secondary colors are, did you know? Orange, green, and purple. Good. And we'll talk more about mixing those and how we get them, okay? So first, let's go to our project. So I'm going to turn a little bit here. So we're on project 17, okay? Painted cat collage. Oh, look at these crazy cats. And this might look hard, but it's not, boys and girls. I'm going to break it down, and it's going to be easy peasy, no worries, okay? Now, we could also talk about our vocabulary words. Now, up on top here is primary colors, secondary colors, divide. Oh, now, you might have heard that used in math before, but we're using it in art. Position. That's where something is placed in the composition. Dabbing. Dabbing. That's a new technique. And composition. So, the position of different subject matter in our project helps with the composition. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that. And then I'm going to turn this way. And instead of an artist today, we're going to talk about literature again, because literature is so important in art because the pictures in books are illustrated. So somebody had to create those, no matter if it's a painting or a collage or sometimes it's paper, they are created. So I love how literature, children's stories, and art go together. It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So the literature we're going to be talking about today is Cattail by Michael Hall. And this story is also on the slide. You'll see that. So I want you to listen to the story. It's so cute. You're going to love it. And then you can see all the crazy cats. And I think you'll like that after you watch the story. It'll inspire you to make this project. Okay, boys and girls? So I'm going to be back in a couple minutes. For this project, I would like you to get out your art packet. It's getting pretty thin, isn't it? Because we have made so many projects. You guys are awesome. You will need your white 9x12 paper, and you will need your yellow 9x12 paper. Okay? So let's get both of these. You will need a pencil, a ruler. You will need scissors eventually, and if you have acrylic paint or another kind of paint, at least in yellow, red, and blue, you can use those too. Because we're going to be mixing, we'll be mixing like red and yellow to get orange. And it works with watercolor. It's not the prettiest, so if you have acrylic paint, you might want to just go get it and use it, because you'll just get a brighter color from it, okay? But your watercolors will definitely work. And if you don't have these, you could also use crayons or markers, okay? It's fine, whatever you have, as long as you're creating, okay? All right, I will see you back here in a few minutes. Oh, you'll need your glue stick too. Okay, so many items for this one, but I'll tell you as we go along too, so you won't be surprised. So first you'll need your pencil and your ruler and your white paper, okay? Step one. All right, I'll see you back here in just a minute. Bye, boys and girls. All right, boys and girls, now I'm back. This is what we need to do to our white paper. So I would like you to put the paper horizontal, okay? Horizontal. So this would be vertical. This would be horizontal. And you can see I have 2 lines on my paper. So I'm going to put my paper horizontal, and I'm going to tell you how I got those 2 lines. With your ruler, okay, put it up at the top of your paper, and your paper is 12 inches long. So you know your paper is horizontal if it's 12 inches long right now. Okay, so we need to divide our paper into 3 equal parts, okay, just like I did here. And how we get that is we decide what number we get when we divide 3 into 12. Well, 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times. And I need 3 parts. So that's pretty easy. I'm going to divide my paper at 4 inches and then again at 8 inches. And then I can count. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know each section is 4 inches. So that's perfect. And now I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to make a mark at 4 and a mark at 8. And then I'm going to connect those with a line. Just like that. So now I have 3 parts. Now this is the fun part. We get to mix our colors. Now I am going to show you, okay, when we mix watercolors, okay, yellow and red make orange, but they are very light, okay, which is fine. It still works. But like I said, if you have a different kind of paint at home, you could try it. You might get a brighter color. Blue and red make purple, and yellow and blue make green. So let's do this. And we talked about that dabbing technique. Oh. So this is what I'm going to show you. Okay. I'm going to start with my yellow. Okay. And you can dab. This is the dabbing technique. Sometimes we use a sponge to dab, and sometimes we use our paintbrush. You can even use a paper towel, boys and girls. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using quite a bit of water. Now I want to start adding some red. Oh. So now I'm going to mix it up because remember, I want orange. But by dabbing, my paper got nice and wet, didn't it? And like I said, it's going to be a lighter orange with watercolor, but it definitely works. So I need to go down here, get some more yellow watercolor down here, wash my brush, grab some red. Ooh. I love tomato soup, boys and girls, and reminds me of tomato soup every time I do it. All right, so there's my orange. Now, if I mix yellow and blue, I get what color? Green. That's right. So I hope by doing this technique, you are learning more about color mixing and color theory, okay? Ooh. I get so excited though, like I need to start seeing the colors change, so I'm gonna start adding some blue up here. You also wanna add or start mixing your colors before your paper dries too much. If your paper starts drying, it makes it harder to mix the color and see the detail that we want to get. Okay, so now, I mean, this is pretty light green. It's almost a mossy green, but that's okay. It still works. All right. So now I've mixed blue and yellow, and I've gotten green. Okay, now my last one. Blue, and who remembers what I mixed with blue to get purple? If you said red, you're right. So you want to dab a little too if you start seeing that you might need some more water on your paper. Ooh. It also reminds me of a night sky. Oh, that's mixing up nicely. I hope you guys have fun doing this. I love color mixing. Ooh, so I definitely am getting an awesome purple here. So you can keep adding red and blue until you get the purple color that you want. Ooh, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I have my orange, my green, and my purple. So I have created my 3 secondary colors by only using my 3 primary colors. So don't cheat, boys and girls, and use orange, green, and purple. Remember, I want you to be mixing them so that way you remember how we got the secondary colors, okay? So we do need to let this dry. So this paper has to dry before we can make our cats, our crazy cats. So let this paper dry. While you are waiting for this paper to dry, and it might take until tomorrow, I'm not sure. Mine's pretty wet because we use that new technique of dabbing to get more water on the paper. It makes it easier to mix the colors. So, right now, I'm just going to let this dry. You can get your yellow paper, your scissors, your glue stick, and you're still going to need your pencil, all right? and I will be back here in a few minutes when my paper's dry and we're ready for the next step. All right, boys and girls, I hope you had fun. Go wash your paintbrush. Hi, boys and girls, I'm back. Now you can see how cute this crazy cat collage is. All right, this is what your paper should look something like this when it's all dry. Now, I find it easier if I cut the paper apart and I put all three pieces on top of each other. I can draw on one, but then cut all three out at the same time. We are learning this method right now in the other classes. And I think I've talked to you a little bit about this before, how you can fold paper and cut out a shape, and then both shapes are the exact same size, and you know that they're going to be the same exact shape because you folded your paper and you've cut them together. All right, boys and girls, so we're going to do that. So the first step, you made that perfect line with your ruler. So we're going to cut that out. And then I only need to draw my cat shapes on one. So get your pencil. All right, you are going to divide your paper, this paper, into 3 parts. Okay, 3 parts. So if you want to use your ruler again, you can. Or if you want to fold, and then you know this is the center line. Your fold. So you can just make a line right there. And then you're going to make another line above it and below. And they will be the same size. Okay? And then you're going to draw a line right down the middle. And I know this sounds funny, but these are going to be your 2 arms and your 2 legs. This will be the body, and then up here is going to be the head and the tail. So I'm going to turn my paper slightly. I'm going to draw a line about halfway right here. I'm going to draw a line across. Oops, let me hold that down with my scissors. This is going to be my tail. Now the tail is going to be like a candy cane. Okay? It can be just like a candy cane shape. And then the head, you're going to come straight off a diagonal line, just a slight diagonal up on each side. These are going to be the ears. You're going to come down like a triangle, come down like a triangle, and then connect. All right, this is going to be your cat's head. See? That wasn't so bad. And now here is even the coolest trick ever. You're going to put all 3 pieces of paper together. Watch. I'm going to cut. Now I have all the bodies. Then I'm going to cut the top off. I'm going to gently set that. I don't want them to get mixed up. And look at, I can cut, keep them together. You might have to shift them around a little bit. Okay, now I have all of my arms. and all of my legs. And even if they get mixed up, they are the exact same size. Okay, so those are my arms and my legs. Now I'm going to go back to my head and my tail. I'm going to cut my head first. Nice straight cuts, boys and girls. Don't get those little scraps mixed up. We don't need those. Nice straight cuts. Perfect. My heads, and these are going to be all 3 tails. So, easy. Little candy cane shape. Remember, turn your paper while you're cutting. The tail might be a little tricky. There you go. Don't get your scraps mixed up. Now, boys and girls, this is the super fun part. All right. So here are my cat bodies. Now, it's up to you if you would like to make them a little bit smaller, or if you want to leave them this big, that's totally fine. One more fun thing that you can do, I'm just going to show you this little trick. If you cut little triangles out of the side of the cat's head, look at, they kind of look furry. Isn't that cute? It looks like there's a little bit of fur. I love that. All right. So now I'm going to set up my cat bodies. And remember, these are just supposed to be fun and whimsical. Now it's up to you if you want to make the bodies a little bit smaller, or you can leave them. They can be going off the paper a little bit. Okay, whatever you want to do to make your cats fun and crazy. I love these crazy cats. Okay, and you might have some overlapping, and that's okay. Okay, there's a crazy cat tail. There's a cat tail. There's a cat tail. And then, whoops, you have your arms. Maybe all your cats are doing something different. Maybe this cat is dancing. Maybe this cat has his paws folded. There's my crazy cat's legs. This one's down here. And maybe this one's jumping for joy. Woo, I'm so happy. Alrighty. Now, I'll glue those down after I'm done playing with them. And then, you can draw a little face on your cat. Aww. Cute cats, don't forget the whiskers. Oh, such cute kitties. And maybe this one I want to make the eyes slightly different. Maybe even the nose. And maybe give him a little mouth. And maybe smaller whiskers. You can make them all slightly different. Maybe this one, I'm going to give him a smaller little face, but a bigger smile. There. So you can give your cats all a little different personality just by drawing a slightly different face. And if you want to add a few more details, you can, boys and girls. But these are your crazy cats. I hope that you like this project. When you're done playing with their arms and their legs, make sure you glue everything down with your glue stick and put it on Art Sonia
so I can see your crazy cats. All right, boys and girls. Have a great day. Bye-bye.